Hi, I'm Jason Silver, the dating coach for ambitious women, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how to overcome your fear of vulnerability. One of the most challenging things to do is to get out there and to open yourself up to the possibility of rejection, to open yourself up to be honest, authentic, and real, and connect with someone and leave yourself vulnerable to rejection, to manipulation, to all sorts of negative things that we fear could happen to us if we open ourselves up to that deeper intimacy. So in this video, I'm going to walk through some powerful strategies to move through vulnerability and to overcome it. Now, these strategies are based on the work of Brené Brown. I'll also put a link in the description so you can head to her website. And these are strategies to help you move through vulnerability and ultimately to overcome your fear and open yourself up to a loving, committed relationship. Now, the first thing that you have to do, the foundation of vulnerability, is to begin to be yourself and truly be seen. And this means to be authentically you and allow yourself to be yourself with other people, not trying to be who you think they want you to be, not trying to pretend to be another person, but truly being who you are, fully expressing yourself and being seen and opening yourself up to the possibility of judgment. This is the foundation. And Brené talks about it requiring courage. And that's really the basis of beginning the pathway to moving through vulnerability, is being courageous. So in that moment of fear, in that moment where you're hesitating, you can stop and you can say to yourself, how can I act more courageous in the moment? You can still feel fear, but if you can then act with courage and allow yourself to fully express yourself and be seen, that is the foundational step to moving through and being more vulnerable. Now, the next powerful tip to moving through and opening yourself up to vulnerability is the mindset that with all of your flaws, regardless of what they are, you are enough. No one is perfect. And until you can accept yourself for being enough as exactly who you are, not who you strive to be, not who you will be one day, but who you are today. Once you own that and accept that I am good enough today, and that requires self-love, compassion, patience, and kindness to yourself. It's something that we need to practice every single day. And I know that this might sound, a little bit hippy-dippy or woo-woo, but if you don't address how you feel about yourself, it's going to be very difficult to open yourself up and allow yourself to be treated well from another person. So the next step is really about treating yourself with kindness and compassion and acknowledging that you are enough exactly as you are today. Now, the next great strategy for moving through vulnerability is acknowledging our desire for perfectionism, realizing that we always have this gap between where we are and where we want to be. It's always there. No matter how much we fill that gap, it always extends further. We're always having this gap, and it gets more difficult when we begin comparing ourselves to other people. We don't know what they're going through, and we tend to compare our insides with other people's outsides. So acknowledging that it's almost impossible to always close that gap, it will always be there. We will never be perfect. We will never reach that state of, well, that's it. I've achieved it. I'm perfect now. Acknowledging that perfectionism and saying, I am okay with where I'm at today, and reversing that gap and focusing on where I am today versus where I was, and focusing on appreciation and stopping the cycle of comparing ourselves to other people, and instead focusing on how we can improve ourselves, how we can do slightly better than we did the day before. When we stop comparing ourselves with other people and start appreciating where we are today and striving for gradual improvement, we can begin the healing process and be open to be more vulnerable. So one of the final strategies is to let go of this idea that we have to go it alone, and to realize that as human beings, we need the support, love, and encouragement and connection from other people, which is so vital. Once we begin to accept this, we can start to actually lean on and ask for support from other people. once we stop trying to put it all on our shoulders and start reaching out and looking to others to support us, not to depend and rely completely on other people, but to build a team, to build an army of people in our lives that we can lean on, to build a support system around us, we can begin to truly open ourselves up to more connection. And when we stop doing it all on our own, we start to feel a sense of gentle peace, a little bit more stillness, relaxation, because it's so much work and so much effort to put it all on our shoulders 24/7, 365 days in the year. And to build up that army of support, we can start getting in the habit of trusting other people. And that is one of the best ways to open ourselves up, to be more vulnerable, and to build intimate connections. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I appreciate you taking the time, and I'll see you next week.